Welcome back to RPG PhD. I'm Dr. Ben, and today we're diving into the essentials of being a great role player at the table. Whether you're new to the game or a seasoned veteran, these tips will help you enhance your experience and everyone else's around your gaming table. So let's get started. First up, learning the rules. I know rules can seem like the least fun part of an RPG, but trust me, they're crucial. Knowing the basic mechanics of your game helps everything run smoothly. It lets you make informed decisions, speeds up play, and reduces the burden on your game master or dungeon master. Now, I know that diving into a rulebook can feel like homework, especially when you'd rather be adventuring in a magical forest or battling dragons. But understanding the rules is about more than just knowing what dice to roll or how much damage your sword can do. It's about empowering yourself to be an active, confident participant in the game. When you know the rules, you can focus on the story and character interactions rather than constantly stopping the game to ask, can I do this? Or how does this work? This not only keeps the game moving at a good pace, but also helps maintain the immersive experience that makes RPGs so captivating. Start with the basics. You don't need to memorize the entire rulebook before your first session. Focus on the rules that apply directly to your character class, your abilities, and the most common game mechanics. Use cheat sheets. So create or download cheat sheets for quick reference. Many rulebooks and online resources offer condensed versions of the most essential rules, which can be a lifesaver during gameplay. The best way to learn the rules is by playing. Don't be afraid to make mistakes or to ask questions, but try to internalize the answers. If you're struggling with certain rules, don't hesitate to discuss them with your fellow players or your GM. They might offer explanations or have tips that make the rules easier to understand. Next, take notes. Seriously, this is a game changer. Keeping track of important details like NPC names, plot points, or even the contents of your inventory can make a huge difference in how engaged you are with the story. Taking notes might seem like an extra task on top of role-playing, but it's actually one of the most powerful tools you have as a player. And when you take notes, you're not just jotting down information, you're actively engaging with the game, deepening your connection to the story, and ensuring that you're always prepared for what comes next. Taking notes serves multiple purposes. It helps you keep track of important details like NPC names, locations, plot points, and items, which can all be crucial as the story unfolds. It's easy to forget the name of the mysterious figure you met in a tavern 3 sessions ago, but when you write it down, you can quickly reference it when they reappear, instantly bringing you back into the story. Keep it simple. Your notes don't have to be exhaustive. Focus on key information like names, locations, important items, and major plot developments. Use bullet points, short phrases, or even symbols that make sense to you. You can use a notebook or a digital tool. Find a method that works best for you. Some players prefer the tactile experience of a notebook, while others like the convenience and searchability of digital note-taking apps. Consider organizing your notes by session so you can easily reference what happened when. Alternatively, you might group your notes by topics, NPCs, locations, and plot points for quick access to relevant information. If you're playing with a group that enjoys a collaborative approach, consider sharing your notes with the other players. This can help everyone stay on the same page and fill in gaps in memory, making the game run smoother for everyone. And spend a few minutes before each session reviewing your notes. This helps you get back into the mindset of your character and the story, so you're ready to jump right in when the game starts. Getting invested in the game world and your character is key to having a great time. This means understanding your character's backstory, motivations, and how they fit into the story. Getting invested in the game world and your character is one of the most important things you can do as a player. It's about more than just showing up to sessions. It's about diving deep into the story, connecting with your character on a personal level, and caring about what happens to the other characters and the world around you. When you get invested, the game becomes more than just a series of events. It turns into a rich narrative experience where your character's actions have meaning and consequences. This investment starts with understanding who your character is, what motivates them, and how they fit into the broader story. Are they driven by a desire for revenge? Do they seek redemption for a past mistake? Are they out to prove something to themselves or others? Knowing these things helps you make decisions that feel authentic and impactful. So, develop a backstory. Create a backstory for your character that explains who they are, where they come from, and what they want. Even if it's just a few key details, this can help guide your role playing decisions and give your character depth. Think about what your character wants to achieve. These goals can be big or small, short term or long term, but having them gives your character a sense of purpose and direction. Pay attention to the main plot and subplots that develop during the game. Find ways for your character to get involved, whether it's through alliances, rivalries, or personal quests. When something happens in the game, whether it's a major event or a minor detail, consider how your character would genuinely react. This could be emotionally, physically, or through a change in their behavior or outlook. Talk to your fellow players about their characters' goals and backgrounds. Find ways to intertwine your stories, whether through shared history, mutual objectives, or personal connection. This not only enhances your own investment, but also deepens the group's overall narrative. RPGs are collaborative, so sharing the spotlight is crucial. Everyone deserves their moment to shine. This means knowing when to step back and let others have their big moment. If you like to think of role-playing games as collaborative storytelling experiences, one of the most important aspects of that collaboration is that sharing of the spotlight. In an RPG, every player at the table brings their own unique character and creativity to the story, and it's crucial that everyone has the opportunity to shine. Sharing the spotlight isn't just about being polite, it's about enhancing the game for everyone, including yourself. Sharing the spotlight means recognizing when it's your moment to step up and take center stage, and when it's time to step back and let others have their moment. It's about balancing the needs of the story and the group dynamic with your personal desire for your character to have an impact. This can be challenging, especially when you're really excited about your character or when a particular scene feels like the perfect opportunity for them to take action. But remember, the best RPG experiences are those where everyone feels engaged and valued, and where everyone's having fun. So be mindful of others. Pay attention to how much time each player is spending in the spotlight. If you notice that someone hasn't had a lot to do in a while, consider ways to involve them in the next scene or the next decision. Sometimes players need a little nudge to step into the spotlight. If you're comfortable, invite others to take action or ask them what their character thinks about a situation. This can be especially helpful for newer or more quiet players. Every group has its own dynamic, and understanding how your character fits into that dynamic is key. If your character is a natural leader, find ways to delegate tasks or seek input from others rather than making every decision yourself. Work with other players to create moments where multiple characters can shine. For example, if you're planning a heist, involve the rogue, the wizard, and the fighter in different aspects of the plan. This not only shares the spotlight, but also makes the story feel more cohesive and collaborative. When another player has a great moment, be sure to celebrate it. In character, this might mean your character acknowledges their bravery or skill, while out of character, a simple, "that was awesome," goes a long way to building a positive group atmosphere. One of the most rewarding aspects of tabletop RPGs is the opportunity to collaborate with other players to create a shared story. Engaging with other characters and their roleplay is at the heart of this collaborative storytelling. It's not just about playing your own character well, it's about actively participating in the interactions, relationships, and shared experiences that make the game world come alive. When you engage with others' roleplay, you enhance the depth and richness of the game for everyone involved. At its core, engaging with other characters means being present in the game, listening to what other players are saying and doing, and reacting in a way that feels natural for your character. This might involve asking questions, offering support, challenging their ideas, or simply acknowledging their presence in a meaningful way. By doing this, you show that you're not just focused on your own story arc, but are invested in the collective narrative. Listen actively. Pay close attention to what other players are saying and doing. This isn't just about hearing their words, it's about understanding their intentions, emotions, and the significance of their actions within the story. When another character says or does something important, take a moment to think about how your character would genuinely react. This could be through dialogue, body language, or even a change in attitude or behavior. Show interest in other characters by asking them questions in character. This could be about their backstory, their thoughts on a current situation, or their plans for the future. Asking questions not only helps to flesh out the story, but also shows that you care about their character's development. Look for ways to support or enhance other characters' stories. This might mean helping them achieve a personal goal, backing them up in a tense situation, or simply being there when they need someone to talk to. Be mindful of how much time you're spending in the spotlight versus how much you're contributing to others' moments. Try to find a balance where you're fully participating in the game without overshadowing others. At the heart of every great tabletop RPG is collaboration. While RPGs allow you to explore your character's story and decisions, the game truly shines when everyone at the table works together to create a cohesive and satisfying experience for all. Collaboration means recognizing that the game is a shared narrative, where every player's input is valuable and contributes to the overall enjoyment of the session. Collaboration goes beyond simply playing alongside others. It's about being proactive and making sure everyone has fun. This can involve helping to develop the story, contributing ideas, and ensuring that everyone's voice is heard. A collaborative mindset helps the game flow smoothly, prevents conflicts, and fosters a positive atmosphere where creativity can flourish. Encourage group input. Regularly ask for input from other players during planning and decision-making moments. This helps ensure that everyone feels involved in the story's direction. Be open to compromise. Sometimes your ideas might not align perfectly with others. Be willing to adjust your plans or character actions to better fit the group's overall narrative and ensure everyone has a good time. Support the DM. The Dungeon Master or Game Master has a lot on their plate, so offering support, whether it's by helping to keep the group organized, suggesting plot ideas, or just being prepared, can go a long way in keeping the game running smoothly. Create shared goals. Work with your fellow players to develop shared goals or objectives for your characters. This not only gives everyone something to strive for, but also strengthens the group dynamic as you work together to achieve these goals. Resolve conflicts constructively. If disagreements arise, handle them with respect and consideration. Focus on finding solutions that work for everyone rather than trying to win the argument. And there you have it, some advice for being a great RPG player. Remember, the most important thing is to have fun and make sure everyone else is having fun too. So let me know in the comments section below what your best tips are for being a great player. If you like this video, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe for more RPG content. And again, thanks for watching. See you next time.